feel good to be back. Sleep in my own bed, eat some real food, see the family, get all that love.
Fetty Wap is finally home after 3 years in federal prison, and he didn't waste a second. Within 48 hours of touching down, he was back in Paterson, no security, doing interviews like he never left. But then some footage surfaced that stopped everyone cold. Fetty looking genuinely terrified, straight up begging his ops not to kill him. Yeah, it got real fast. We've got all the details, so let's break it down. The homecoming nobody saw coming. On January 8, 2026, Willie Jr. Maxwell, too known to the world as Fetty Wap, walked out of federal prison a free man. He served just over 3 years of a 6-year sentence tied to a cocaine conspiracy case. Thanks to the First Step Act, signed back in 2018, Fetty was able to earn good time credits through prison programs, shaving nearly 3 years off his bid. At 34 years old, the rapper didn't lay low. He headed straight back to Paterson, New Jersey. New Jersey, no hiding, no heavy security. Fetty pulled up to a family spot where 20 to 30 close friends, relatives, and day one homies were waiting on him. The energy was crazy. People were chanting 1738 non-stop, the iconic Zoo Gang call named after that Remy Martin cognac. His classic records like Trap Queen and 679 were blasting in the background as everyone soaked it in, reminiscing about the days before the fame, before the charts, before everything changed.
Yeah, man, what's up?
How you feeling, brother?
I feel good, man.
You ain't missed no push-ups, been eating your protein. Like you was taking full advantage of that time, huh?
Yeah, a couple chicken packs and tunas and all that.
See what I'm saying? How are you, first of all, brother?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
The celebrations went on for days after he touched down. Quiet welcome home dinners at family spots, that classic Jersey food tailor, ham sandwiches, Italian hot dogs, homemade plates his moms and siblings put together. Clips flooded Instagram, showing him laid back in good spirits, repeating the same line, "I'm blessed." His publicist told the media he was in a focused, grounded headspace, ready to ease back into life and reconnect privately with his people. Less than 48 hours after being home, he pulled up to Power 105.1's The Breakfast Club for his first major interview. No talk about ops, no mention of threats. Instead, he opened up about what he really lost: missing his kids' birthdays, doctor visits, basketball games, first days of school. For years is a long time to be away from your shore, and you could hear every bit of that pain in his voice.
I took a lot of time from them, and 4 years is a long time. You see your kids go from here to here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I miss birthdays, I miss Christmas, I miss doctor's appointments, I miss daddy day at school and shit like
basketball games, dances,
basketball games, football games. My son's first day of high school stuff.
He recently announced plans to launch a foundation for children with disabilities. The cause is deeply personal. He's been battling congenital glaucoma his entire life. He lost his left eye at just 6 months old. Doctors originally believed both eyes would be affected, but they managed to save one. To this day, he occasionally uses cannabis to help manage eye pressure, following medical guidance.
Yeah, I had glaucoma when I was little. Matter of fact, my mother is here, actually. Mom.
Welcome to TMZ, Mom. I'm asking him about his eye right now.
How old was I when I lost my eye? This is the right answer.
6 months.
I was 6 months when I got glaucoma.
French Montana shared footage from a studio session with Fetty and Max B shortly after Fetty touched down, captioning it, "Zoo Gang Forever." Gilly the Kid showed his support by posting a FaceTime screenshot, praising Fetty's resilience and encouraging him to stay focused. Meanwhile, 50 Cent remained solid throughout the entire bid, holding Fetty down both financially and mentally. Whatever Fetty needed during those 3 years, 50 made sure it was handled.
50 did a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? He from day one, it was like he reached out like, "Yo, whatever you need, just holler at me." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right. And then it was like, where this money going? I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't used to that. I'm used to it's always the other way around.
Local Paterson news reported no incidents, no static, no shootouts, no security issues connected to his return. The same streets where he'd once been violated, shot at, and caught up in beef with multiple ops just 7 years earlier welcomed him back without a problem. Community reaction leaned more toward celebration and relief. Longtime fans put up homemade driveway signs reading "Welcome Home." Confetti filled the air, and hashtags trended across the region. But those blocks don't forget, and the peace he walked back into was never guaranteed. To understand why people were expecting smoke when he came home, you've got to rewind to what happened before he ever got locked. Starting with a 5 a.m. run to a Paterson deli that turned into a war zone. March 26, 2017, around 5 in the morning. The 24-hour Montclair Deli on Montclair Avenue in Paterson. Fetty and his Remy boys had stopped through after a late-night performance. This was a regular spot for him, years of coming through with no issues. That night changed everything. Tension between Fetty and local Paterson rapper Raheem Fuzz Thomas had been brewing for a while. It started in the city's competitive hip-hop scene territory disputes, personal disrespect, and the battle over who would be the face of Paterson rap. Subtle disses had been exchanged in music and on social media, but nobody expected it to explode like this. Inside the deli, Thomas and his crew ran up on Fetty's camp. What started as a fistfight quickly escalated. Thomas allegedly pistol-whipped one of Fetty's guys. Another person snatched Fetty's signature 1738 chain straight off his neck along with cash. That chain symbolized Zoo Gang and everything it stood for. Surveillance footage later surfaced showing Thomas in a bright red jacket and cap, white shirt and pants, waving a gun inside the deli. Panic broke out. Customers scattered. Fetty hit the floor amid the chaos. They also ran off with a backpack belonging to the guy who'd been pistol-whipped, adding to the confusion. About an hour later, the beef spilled into the streets. Gunshots rang out. 3 people were hit. No fatalities, but 2 victims were rushed to St. Joseph's Regional Medical Center in Paterson, while another showed up at Hackensack University Medical Center seeking treatment. Rumors circulated that one of the injured might have been Sylvester Huffin, one of Fetty's day ones and an executive producer for RGF Productions, possibly wounded by an accidental self-inflicted shot. That part was never confirmed. Police recovered a .45 caliber Springfield from Thomas Sitz, which had been reported stolen out of Colorado. They also found illegal armor-piercing and hollow-point rounds. No weapon was recovered from Huffin, and it remained unclear who else fired shots, though reports suggested members of Fetty's crew may have returned fire once the fight moved outside. Law enforcement moved fast. Thomas, 36 at the time, was initially arrested on weapons charges but released the next day due to New Jersey's new bail reform laws. After investigators reviewed the surveillance footage, they picked him back up on March 28th. By March 29th, prosecutors added first-degree armed robbery, aggravated assault, and multiple gun charges, including possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, with prior convictions already barring him from owning guns. A judge ordered Thomas held at Passaic County Jail pending further hearings. Shortly after, Thomas posted and later deleted on Instagram image of a masked individual wearing Fetty's chain. He claimed he didn't take it himself, but the post was clear trolling. Fetty responded online by posting photos with new chains, making it clear he wasn't shaken and wasn't letting the situation define him. The incident exposed just how deep the rivalry ran in Paterson's underground rap scene. Thomas, known as Fuzz, was an up-and-coming artist with local crew ties. The conflict was about territory, pride, and control of the city's sound, and the shootout marked its peak. Fetty wasn't charged with anything. He was never a suspect. In the eyes of the law, he was the victim. In the years that followed, the feud appeared to cool publicly. No major escalations were reported, though rumors and old footage kept the story alive. Fetty stayed focused on music and family, while Thomas dealt with legal consequences that pushed him out of the spotlight. But that wasn't the only smoke Fetty faced. Before the deli, before the fame, there was another conflict, one that cut deeper because it came from inside his own circle, from someone who claimed to have helped build Zoo Gang from the ground up. That brings us to the fallout within the Remy Boys, also known as RGF or Zoo Gang, Fetty's original Paterson crew. The group formed around 2013-2014, with early members including Monty, Guap 4000, and Pete, whose government name is Brian White. Pettis says he was there from day one on tracks, in videos, and claims he helped connect Fetty to key industry contacts and played a major role in building the brand. According to him, he met Monty first at a studio, and together they linked up with Fetty. The chemistry was immediate, and they started creating music right away.
So how long were you a part of the Remy Boys?
Day one Remy Boy, me, Fetty, Monty. We started it all together. We was all like down together, basically like homeless together, feel me? So where we just kind of like came up with that, but just building our craft, you feel me? And it took off.
Trap Queen dropped in 2014 and instantly sent the crew into the stratosphere. The record went multi-platinum. The Remy Boys mixtape was buzzing everywhere, and soon after they locked in a deal with 300 Entertainment. The money started flowing fast, but it didn't take long for cracks to appear. By mid-2015, rumors of internal tension were everywhere. In July 2015, Fetty Wap went public on social media, announcing the split and claiming P.I. Dice had been kicked out for allegedly skimming money from the group's shared earnings. In a now-deleted Instagram post, Fetty accused P. Dice of pocket-watching, counting everyone else's money while not putting in work on tours or in the studio. He said he'd been covering P. Dice's expenses without getting anything in return. P. Dice didn't stay quiet for long. He fired back immediately. Asterisk.
He is my student. Him and Monty are my students. Like, their lives changed when they met me. You feel me? Like, I taught them flows. Like all the original flows that Fetty, I don't know, it's like a style going in circles right now, but like all the original flows, like from the day one flows, those were my flows. I mean, that was my style, but I embraced it, you feel me? Like, cause I ain't no hater.
Pay claimed he was the first to bring that sing-song rap style to Paterson, calling it ignorant R&B. That melodic flow later became Fetty's signature sound. According to Pi, Monty picked up the style first, and Fetty followed soon after. He admitted that about 20% of his influence came from Max B, whose wave sound played a major role in shaping that era. In August 2015, Pay dropped a diss track titled Trap Queen Remix, directly targeting Fetty's biggest hit. The lyrics accuse Fetty of switching up after being put on, along with claims of unpaid royalties and being pushed out of the 300 Entertainment deal. P continued applying pressure with more records, including Facts later that year, where he detailed what he described as snake behavior. He alleged he was denied proper credit on songs and excluded from shows, positioning himself as the true architect behind the Remy Boys movement. To back up his claims, Pay posted screenshots of text messages and old photos, aiming to prove his role in building the sound and the group.
It's either P Dice or it's all of y'all. Like, we want problems, and as long as he's in y'all squad, we want problems with y'all. And Wap said, he gotta go. Straight like that, that's the truth. I ain't leaving nothing out. That's the dead truth.
P Dice broke down what really happened after Jersey rapper Tax G accused Fetty of stealing his style. P Dice addressed the situation on social media, explaining that things escalated when Tax G's big homie confronted Fetty and his crew, issuing an ultimatum: stand with P Dice or stand with everybody else. According to P Dice, Fetty chose to cut ties with him rather than back his day one. By September 2015, reports surfaced that P Dice had filed a lawsuit against Fetty and RGF Productions for breach of contract, seeking over $100,000 in unpaid royalties connected to Trap Queen and other collaborations. The case was eventually settled out of court in 2016, though the terms were never made public. Following the fallout, P Dice's career took a hit. He released independent projects like Dice World in 2016, but they failed to chart or gain mainstream attention. P Dice also claimed he was removed from multiple songs that ended up on Fetty's album,